Again, at this point, I have y cubed over 3 equals 7x plus a constant c. And I know that y of 1 is 3. So y of 1 is 3. So at this point, I can find the constant, or I can find it at the end, it doesn't matter. Y cubed equals 21x plus a constant c, because 3 times c, it's not going to make it a difference. It's still, you can write 3c if you want, it doesn't matter. And now y equals the same thing with the cube root, 21x plus 3c. Now, y of 1, so this, when this is 3, this is 1. So the cube root of 21 plus 3c. Again, you can say, this is too difficult for me to solve, then you can put it in here. You can say this, I'm going to finish it. You can say here 27 equals 21 plus 3c, and then you get 6 equals 3c, so c equals 2. It doesn't matter. You can say, yes, I'm going to find it from here and then put it in, and this is 6, or at the very end, but I have to take the raise both sides to the third power because I have to remove the cube root. So 27 equals 21 plus 3c, which gives us the same thing, 6 equals 3c, so c equals 2, no matter what. So at any stage, you can determine the constant. If you want it here, or if you want it at the end, it's still the same. You have to put it in, and you have to write as the final answer y equals the cube root of 21x plus 6. Is this better?
Thank you. Yes.
Looking.
Wait,
Yes.
Professor.
Yes.
Is it 21x plus 2 or plus 6?
3 times 2.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see that.
That's okay.
That makes sense.
Very good. Now, I also wanted to look at one in which we have natural log in it. As an answer. Something that involves natural log. That's what I meant to say. Okay. So something like dy over dx, let's say, equals 6y. Again, we have to cross multiply first. So this is dy equals 6y dx. But I have a problem because I cannot have y on this side. No problem, I will divide both sides by y. And then I get dy over y equals 6 dx. Now when I integrate, I get that natural log of the absolute value of y equals 6x plus a constant c. Remember the trick that we talked about. At this point, I have the base of this log is e. E to this number equals the absolute value of y. So e to 6x plus c. But as we know, we will change this into e to 6x times e to c. And then y with the absolute value equals plus or minus this. And it's done. I only have to replace this by a constant. You can call it C1 if you don't want it to call it C. It doesn't matter. It's still a constant. So plus or minus C or C1, doesn't matter what you want to call it, e to 6x. Now, if we are given a point and the y value here is positive, then I'll have to say no, only positive. Okay, if the y value is negative, then I have to say no, 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 only negative. But since I'm not given an initial condition, I have to keep both. Y from the absolute value. How? Y. When the absolute value of y equals 4, we have two options. Y equals 4 or y equals negative 4. The absolute value of 4 is 4. The absolute value of negative 4 is also 4. So that's where the plus or minus, not from this side. They come from this side. Good. Other topics? This was a good topic, differential equations.
Professor, are you able to go back to that page 536? And in the top set of questions?
Oh, yeah, yes. You want to choose something else?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. I always remove the book because it's so, it occupies space on my desk. Yes. So I'm going back to the same page. Yes, 5.7. Got it. Yes.
In the first section where it said, I think it was like d of y over x, and then it gave you when something is something.
Yeah. Yeah, we had the same thing with y of 1 equals 3. It's the same idea, but please choose.
Can we do, I guess, question 29?
29. So in 29, we have dt over dt. Difficult situation. I will not name them like this, but it is what it is. So 0.015t, and we are told the point is 1, 50. This is t, and this is uppercase T. This is the function, which has to be the second variable. And this is the independent variable, which has to be the first. Okay, so again, the question here is asking us to find the uppercase T, which is the function. Okay, so again, I see T here and T here. That is not allowed. So at first I will multiply both sides by dt. So I have dt equals 0.015t dt. And then I have to divide both sides by t. So dt over t equals 0.015 dt. And this reduces, we're going to finish it, of course, but this is exactly identical, I would say. Just the letters are different with this one. Everything is the same. All the steps are the same. Everything is the same. Okay, so at this point, I will integrate. I get natural log of the absolute value of t equals 0.015 t plus a constant c. This is difficult. You should not use, but anyway. Okay, so the same thing, e to this. So the absolute value of t equals e to this times e to c. And again, the absolute value of t will be plus or minus this constant times e to 0.015t. However, I know 1, 50. But see, when I plug in 1 here, this will be a positive number. This is 50, so it's not possible to have plus or minus. This is not incorrect. I have to do this. I write plus or minus, then I cross it out, and I'll say only t equals c e to 0.015t. And now I will find c. Crossing it out doesn't mean anything. It just means that I realized that it cannot be plus or minus. Or you don't have to cross it out and just say only positive. So when I plug in 1, I get 50 here. 50 equals c times e to 0.015. So then c will be 50 over this. C equals 50 over e to 0.015. So now I'm going to share my screen to show you my calculator and put this in. Okay, here it's ready almost. Okay. I'm sure by now you already have the number, but I'm going to share my screen anyway. So this is 50 divided by e to 0.015. Oh, sorry. So 49.23. So then t equals 49.26. I meant to say e to 0.015t. 49.26. I don't know how many decimal digits they want. If you want it to be exact, you will not even approximate that. So you're just going to write t of t is a function that has a constant 50 over e to 0.015 in front times e to 0.015 t. You can even write this as this minus 1 if you want to condense it. Okay, next topic, very good topic, the differential equations. Next topic you would like to discuss. Do we want to go back to test 1, test 2? Any questions? Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Let me go back to the modules. Okay, here it is. So let me also plug in my device because I don't want it to die here. Okay, so we go to our lectures and just want to go quickly to test 1 review. Did I miss it? Yes, I did. And let's choose from there. Let's review. Let's see what we covered. Okay, so the piecewise defined functions, the investment domain, demand and supply. We know how to find the equilibrium point. We used it in the consumer surplus and producer surplus. Limits, difference quotient, rate of change. Okay, average, derivatives with the rules, and the average revenue, cost, and profit. What would you like to go over?